Arsenal Fan TV, Kenny, a lot more calmer today. But I mean, it was a decent enough performance. Burnley came, they worked very hard. They made it very difficult for us. And it was kind of, when they scored Burnley, it was kind of like a shock to the system because we were so on top. And then after that, Burnley kind of took over again, and then we kind of took it over again. It's one of those games.
It's one of those performances where, you've got players who don't normally play, and it was like a very patchy performance. And I thought we were dragged into the mediocrity of Burnley. So I think when we went a goal up, we expected things to happen. And I think the guys were talking about Alex Iwobi. No, I wanted more from him, you know what I mean? It's that he was picked specifically to run at the opposition, commit the opposition. I think he tried to play a bit too safe.
I thought he played very well today. I was very impressed.
No.
I'm surprised you're saying that because I was impressed with Iwobi.
What I'm saying, Robbie, is that yes, he did the good things well, but I wanted to take it a bit further. He's playing this team. He's playing like it was his debut. Oh yeah, I'll give the ball to someone else. I'll give the ball to a bigger name player. I wanted him to sort of run at the teams more. He's had a few appearances. I just wanted a bit more because I thought that if he did play to his strengths, like he ran at Burnley, it would kind of create more space for Giroud and more space for Sanchez. That's the only reason why I was disappointed. Fair result, fair performance, but just want a bit more from him.
And what a goal by Callum Chambers. I mean, that was brilliant.
Oh, definitely. He's, like I said, he had a shot before that, like I said, which got blocked. And, that outside of boot, I thought that was a fantastic goal. And I thought he had quite a fair performance. Like I said, he's one of these players who doesn't play that often. So, like when you got players like who don't play for me, sometimes, like the understanding of the teammates wasn't there. And I think that's why it looks like we made heavy weather of that performance by beating Burnley. But again, Burnley are a championship side, and it kind of showed today. You know what I mean?
Alexis Sanchez as well. This guy, we've got to keep him fit. If we're going to win the title, he's the key, isn't he? I mean, he's a goal scorer. He creates havoc. He was doing it all today.
Like I said, Alexis Sanchez is like what I love him. He's a street footballer. He reminds me of like Suarez and Tevez. I mean, like South Americans who will die. Who will fight, die for the cause, want to make things happen. Basically have tactics that we want to think. They're not. The way they play is not in the rule book. You know what I mean? You can't coach the way Sanchez plays, and that's one of the reasons why, in the last third, especially when it's like we say Southampton on Tuesday, where last 15 minutes we're struggling to get through. He's the sort of player we need to kind of make things happen. You know what I mean? That little bit of extra, and I think that's what we missed. And Coquelin coming back, I thought he was a bit rusty, but I expected that because he hasn't played for a while, and like for the goal, him and Gibbs got in each other's way, and El Nani as well. I was very pleased with him. I thought, in terms of like debut, he's one of those people. It's like a first date, isn't it? You meet a girl for the first time. You don't want to do anything wrong. You don't want to break wings. You know what I mean? Things like that. But what I'm trying to say is that you want to keep it simple. You just want to impress. You don't want to make a mistake. And I think his performance kind of showed that in the first half. In the second half, when he got a bit of relaxed a bit, probably had a bit of booze. You know what it's like, first date and all that.
And first date, get some Tinder, mate. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Well, I'm married, so I'm not on Tinder anyway, so forget all that. But no, married, mate. Married, happily married. Well, she's happy, I'm not. Anyway, but on a serious level, but that's how his performance came across to me, to the extent that he was like I said, he was making a first impression, make sure he didn't make any like mistakes, and as it got further in the second half, he thought, let me just show a little bit more of myself. But he'll be a good squad player, I think, definitely.
Yeah, it's amazing to see Coquelin. We know what a quality player Coquelin is. It's that CDM we need, and obviously people have been saying about the window, but Coquelin today, I thought he played well. Obviously, he took him off because obviously you don't want to get him injured again, God forbid. But I thought he was outstanding. Controlled that centre of the park, covered the back four, and I thought he played really well.